For you to be able to come up with these kinds of dashboard, we can come up with some kind of style in which this one, we can just say show profit. If you want to show profit only, so you just have your show profit, this case. Then from there now also show title in case, show the title or a show title. So our title should be either selling price or a buying price, depending on what you want. So you just say buying, let us say buying price, buying price in this case. So if you want to hook up this one with this kinds of value here, for example, if I want to show profit here, if it show true, it will check. But if it won't show true, it will uncheck these kinds of value here. So let me first rename this one the way it's supposed to be renamed. But in case you want to remove, you can just hold Control. Let me remove first so that we can see. Say show profit. Show profit. In this case, show profit. So after showing profit, now when you look at this kinds of value here, if in case I want to hook up this one with this one here, what I'll do, I'll just hold Control, then I select. Once I select now here, I'll go to the top cell here at the top. Then I type what? Equal to, I'll come and click it here. In this case, I'll click it here. So once I click, I'll press enter. So this means what? If in case these kinds of values want to be what? Want to show profit, I can just click here to show the profit in this particular given case. So once I click here, you'll see when I remove, it is showing false. When I click, it is showing what? True in this particular given case. So I'll be able to track my workings using these kinds of what? Using kind of these checkbox that have been assigned here. So the checkbox mostly is used to control the values the way we want it to appear. So in this case now, when I look at these kinds of values here, I can come up with also another way to control it by just keying in some values in this particular given space. So for me to use that kind of value, I'll be able to do it. To highlight these values here, then I can come and copy. I come and paste it here so that we control these values using this area in this particular case. So if you want to control these values using this area, what I'll do, I'll type in the formula in this particular given case. But for me to type in the formula, what I'll need to do first is to rename this cell here. Is to rename this cell here. So in this case, for me to name that kind of cell, I'll need also to do what? To show those kinds of values in case. Like in this case, if I want to show formula here, to show profit in this particular given case, I'll have to click here. When I click here now, I'll be able to come and then I rename it. I'll type here, show. I'll be able to type here, show formula in this particular given case. So when I click here, show, when I type show profit, in this case, show profit in this particular given case. So if I type here, show profit, these kinds of values will be able to change once I press enter. In this case, I'll just press enter. After pressing enter now, I'll come here also in this particular given case. When I come here, I'll be able to type what? In this particular given value, I'll come and type equal to into brackets. I'll come and type show formula, show profit here, which is here. If I type show profit, I'll come and open the bracket. In this case here, when I open the bracket, I'll come and select the values that I want to use in this particular given cell. So I'll just click here. In this case here, I'll come and close the bracket in this case. Then I hit enter. Oh. Come and select this value. After showing this value, I think this one should be applied on profit here. When we want to apply that kind of value, it should be applied on profit. Just a minute. It has directed it so that it can be a part of you. Hello?
Hello?
Just view here a minute.
Yeah.
How to set up that kind of process.
Okay.
So here they have applied different types of values. When you look at this case, we have month,
Yeah.
we have cocoa widget, then we have cocoa widget improvement, which was by 5 in this particular given case. So it was 10, the normal cost of goods sold, but it was improved by what?
5.
5. This one 15, this one 25, this one 30, this one 39. But in this case now, total saving now for these kinds of values here, you see you take this one minus this one, which will be giving you 5 here. Our total saving, it will be 10 minus 5, which will be 5 here. 20 minus 5, 5. As it continue downward.
No, just 1 minute. 1 minute.
Okay.
Hello?
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 Yes. Hello?
Yeah. Kuja nayo.
Eh?
I'm scared. A minute. It's okay now. We proceed.
Okay. So I was saying for the cost of goods sold, when you see this one, in the month of February, it was 10. In the month of January 10, February 20, as it continued downwards here. But the cost of improvement, the improvement on the cost of sales, it was made a percentage. So in this case, it increased by 5. For the month of February, it increased by 15. For the month of March, it increased by 25. For the month of April, it increased by what? 30. So in this particular case, when you want to see that kind of value, you'll be able to see that when you look at these kinds of value here, most of these values have increased throughout the period. And if they have increased throughout the period, you'll see that the total saving for this kinds of value here, it would what? 5 from each. So you just subtract, you find the values that the person was saving at each month. Then cost of goods sold for week. So this one, they have just copied this one, then they brought it here. In this particular given case, they just copied this one, then they brought it here. Yeah. So for this case now, when you look at this, these are some kind of values that you need to use formulas for you to be able to compute. So the chart that has been used here, when you look at this chart, the dotted line here that you are seeing at above here, it is showing the profit, but the one that is shaded here, it is showing the normal price for those kinds of goods that was supposed to be sold. So the normal price, it would be these shaded parts. But for the profit, if you want to tick and show the profit here, it would be what? It would be the top line here. So that's why we come and see here. If you ask show saving, which is true, it will show true if you check this one. But if it's not true, it will not check this one in this particular case. Then we have also chart title. It will be able to show the chart title, which is cost for widget improvement. In case you hook the chart with these kinds of cell here, when you hook it, it will be able to show. But it will only show if we have profit. And if we don't have profit, it will not be able to show the what? It will not be able to show. If it is normal price, it will show the cost of good widget for widget. But if we have a profit, it will show the second the second column, which is what? Cost of widget improvement. So the improvement, it will be shown by this dotted line. When this area covers up to the dotted line, is when we'll have the improvement in this case. So just watch, you see how it will happen. So in this case, when you look at the way they are trying to show here, they are trying to hook up the show saving checkbox here with this kind of cell here, which is in show saving here. So in case it was true, it will show check. But if it's not true, it will show empty check in this case. So for you to hook up this one and this one, is when you hold control on your keyboard. Once you hold control, you'll go at this top formula bar here, at the top here. Then you type equal to, and then you click this cell. When you click this cell, you press enter. So this checkbox will have been hooked to this cell here, which is showing something like a blue in this particular case. So when you look at this, they want to hook up short saving with the cell of what? Short saving in form of that question there. So yes, that's what I was explaining. When you look at this now true cell here, they are trying to rename it so that if you link it to these kinds of values that would be multiplying here, it will be showing you directly. So this cell, you can't multiply show profit, and this cell, it is still showing the cell interest, the cell address here, which is E16. So what you should do, you should rename this cell to show profit or show saving, depending on the kind of data that you are working with. Is when you come and click here. Since you have hooked the checkbox with this one, now you'll come and rename this cell for true to show savings. After linking it with show saving, now you'll come and click where we have cost of goods widget improvement, and then you link it with this kinds of value, which is show the savings in this case. Yes, when we look at this now, we have these kinds of values here. Since you have renamed this cell to show saving, so if you just start typing, it will drop down the name show saving automatically. So what they are trying to link is to want to link these kinds of what? Cost improvement, you multiply by show saving. And show saving, remember, it has no value, but they are just trying to link it so that in case you want to apply the checkbox, it will be able to connect three entities at once. So that if you click show saving, it will be able to link it to this true value. And this true value, it has been linked to these kinds of what? Cell address. Instead of cell address, now it will be showing show saving in this particular given case. Let us just pass through so that after that, you'll be able to come up with your own example, which you'll be able to use for your purpose of understanding. Now for the cost for widget here, since you have seen here, it was what? Equal to show saving multiply the improvement here. And the improvement automatically it was 5. Show saving it was a null value, but they have just linked it so that in case you track it on the checkbox here, it will be able to reflect based on the way you have linked those kinds of values. But in this case, for cost of goods sold widget, it will use a formula not show profit. Not show profit. This implies what? This cost of which widget, it means we don't have a profit. So in this case, when you want to apply or to pull these values here, you need to insert the formula, which is equal to not show profit. Then you multiply by what? This value here. Not show profit, you multiply this value. So in this case, that's how it works. I hope you have seen how it should be working out in this particular given case. Yeah. So let us bring this one now in place so that you should be able to understand the case format that we are working here. But in this case, when you look at these kinds of formula here, when you look at these kinds of values, you see this one we hooked, or I can just restart it so that you can be able to see. So in this case, when you look at this, let me just copy this one very fast to save time. When you look at this, you see that the other side, they were just showing the improvement. But in this case, we have tried to connect that in such a way that you should be able to show the buying, selling, and profit. So for our case here, what we need to do, you can just type here show profit. On the other side, they were showing what?
Sorry.
Total saving. So here you just say true. In this case, just say true. But also you can say show title. Show title. In this case, the title that we'll be able to use, let us use maybe what? Profit here. We can say profit. So it will show profit in a case where this value, it is what? It is true. But if it is not true, it will not be able to show the profit in this particular given case. So for this case now, you come up with a checkbox here. So you come and use the developer ribbon. Then you use what? Insert. You select checkbox. So this checkbox, when you drag it down here, you can easily rename it can easily rename it to show profit in this case. So you can easily rename show profit. Easily rename show profit in this case. So if you look at this, you have seen in this particular given case, when you want to hook this one with the true values here, what you'll do, you just hold control on your keyboard, you click it. After clicking it, now you go at the cell reference here at the top. Then you type equal to, you link it to this one, like this, in that case. Then you press enter. So after linking it, now you come and do what? Copy these values here. These values, you copy it here so that you can use it very fast, this particular given case. Yeah, you just use it here. So in this case, when you want to show this, for you to relate these kinds of values here, because we want to link this one also to this show profit here. So what I'll do first, I'll come and rename this one. Show profit under the true reference value here. I'll click in, then I come and select this one. I can rename D12 to show profit.
Right.
Now, when you are typing, you link the ones, you join the ones, you don't separate the ones because you will not be able to work out. So when I click here, instead of showing this or D11, you'll see what? Show. In this case, when I come here now, I come and click what? Equal to show profit. So you see when I start to type already it appear here, in this case. So I just select, then I multiply. When I multiply this kinds of value, which is selling price here, I'll come and press enter in that case here. So when I press enter, I can easily drag to duplicate to these values in that case like that. So after duplicating, you see 65.15. Then I can be able to drag it in this case here. After dragging it, it will be able to show me the values the way I expect. So in this case, now this formula that has been applied here, it will be the opposite of this one now. So it's when you just click here now, you type equal to. Now after typing equal to now, you'll click what? You'll click the buying price column here. Then you multiply here. You multiply by not into bracket here. Show profit. Show profit. In this case, show profit is already here. So I just select. So not means it's the opposite or the inverse of the other formula here. When I press enter, it will be show 0. Reason, if we have profit, now I'll not be able to show the buying price. But if I want to see the buying price, maybe the customer has come to your shop, but you don't want to show your customer how you are selling your products and the profit that you are getting. So you can just hide. So for the customer view, you just click here. The customer will be able to see this one, but he will not be able to see the other parts of your end selling, which will be selling to your customers. But for your side, if you want to view, you can just click. Then you'll be able to see that if I sell this one, I'll be able to get a profit of this one. If I sell this one, I can be able to get a profit of this one. So in this case, when you look at these kinds of values here, you can come up with what? You can come up with a kind of chart which can be used to visualize those kinds of data. For you to come up with that chart, you just go to what? Insert here. When you click insert, you have so many charts here. Under the line chart, you'll come and select these kinds of charts here. You see, there are so many types of charts here that you can be able to use. So you come and select one, the one that will be able to use for the visualization process in this particular given case. So once you choose one, you can easily drag it here. Like in this case, you can drag it. But now I had selected it. What I'll do, I just click a free space and then I go to what? Insert. In this case, I just pick one. We have so many. If you go to column, if you go to line chart, be able to see. This chart will be able to see it here. So you just pick one, the one that you are most interested. After selecting now, you come and what? Right click inside, you choose what? Select data. So for selecting data now, you come and select the the data that you want to apply here. So I'll come and click add. When I click add, I'll click what? This, then I come and select the entire value here. After selecting, I'll be able to click what? Okay. So once I'm done, I'll just click what? Okay here, in this particular event case. So if I want to rename this numbers, I'll just click edit. Then I come and highlight this. In this case, I just highlight, then I click OK. In this case, but if I don't want, I just do away with them, so that it doesn't work the way it was. I'll just click here, then I'll click one of the values. I'll be able to remove this one. In this case. So once I remove, I'll be able to select this. In this case here, I'll be able to select, then I click what? Okay. So once I click OK, I just click OK. But now for these values here, I'll come and also highlight. In this case, I copy. Then I paste on my chart here. Just paste like that. Also this one, I can highlight, I copy, I just paste it in this case. I just paste. So these kinds of values will be able to apply. But in this case, if we look at this, the chart does not look like the other chart because I've selected a different types of charts in this particular given example. So when I click here, it will be able to change. You'll see you have such a kind of what? Buying price, we have the selling price in this particular given case. If I just click here, you'll see it's showing total selling price for the values inclusive of the profit. But if you click here, you'll see the selling price, the buying price, and also the selling price here, this particular given case. So in this case, if I want it also to do what? To work the way I was showing like the dashboard here. In this case, I'll be able to drag it somewhere here. Then I'll be able to copy paste very fast. I just copy, then paste it in this case here. So if I paste it, in this case, it will be able to appear like this. So this one, I can drag it up. I can hold, then I drag it up. In this case, I can just hold Control, then I click it. I can easily drag it up here, so that I resize this one to be the same in this case. So after resizing, I now come up with a different chart also. I just select change type, then I can be able to change the type here. In this case, if I want it to have these kinds of what? Scatter. I just select. If I have, now I can be able to choose a rounded rectangle here. Then I draw it here. So after drawing, I can be able to do it, to send it behind, in this case, send it back like this. So once I send back, I'll be able to see that, I'll be able to group it. I'll just hold Control. I hold Control on my keyboard as I select them like this. After selecting, now I'll come and what? Select format, then I choose group. So from this group, I'll be able to do what? To control. Like when I click here, you'll see they will be they'll keep on changing in this case here. You see? They'll keep changing. But in this case, if I wanted to link this chart with this one, I'll just click here. After clicking now, I'll be able to insert chart title here. The chart title. So inside that chart title, I'll click it. Then I go here at the top, I type equal to, I'll click this one, like this. So when I click in, I'll press enter. So in this case, when I click here, it will be able to reflect. But this chart is not changing because we have not linked to this one. If you link it to this one, it will be able to reflect. But I'll repeat tomorrow. I'll create another class for you also tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah. So this one I've just pressed through, but it will need you to pay more attention. So let us just reach here because I'm thinking time is out. Yeah. So we'll resume from this point also tomorrow. Have a nice day.
Okay. Have a nice day.